Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, very nice topic we people have selected in this contemporary world, that is growth, resilience, and sustainability in a dynamic world. Okay. Now, the question, the next question related to this resilience is that the topic which we generally forget, that is the human development. This is really an awesome feature. That is a mark of exclamation or integration. That is interrogation, in fact. So I would like to present my paper on this theme, that we are very thankful to this awesome development in every sphere of human life these days, which is visible there, which can be viewed through different phases of human development. And at last, we can see, uh,
कोई फायदा नहीं
we can see
कोई फायदा नहीं
developed bureaucrat
सजेस्ट कर दीजिए वहाँ पे
in
आप
any
हम तो
organization
खुद उसने लिख के
with
दिया है
its
सजेशन ऑफ
own.
द कमिटी
Please,
और
ma'am,
इंजीनियर क्या है टीम है
please,
इंजीनियर टीम ऐसे ही
please,
कुछ करके लिख के दिए
ma'am, please mute that speaker who is uh, actually interrupt. Okay. So I was talking about the mark of exclamation on human development. Actually, the theory which we have adopted is related to the overview of literature of economic evaluation and development of humans taken from Auguste Comte, a sociologist of 19th, later 19th century. And after that, this awesome development of human civilization, we would like to mark some interrogation. We would ask some questions related to this development, that is also on the base of Babylon's theory, that is conspicuous consumption and unwanted scientific development through generating needs, that is really good for economic indicators. And at the first point, we are going to discuss the answers of interrogations as solutions, and finally the conclusion as an integrated approach of development. So, as we are talking about the three stages of human evaluation that was propounded by Auguste Comte, that is related to positive philosophy, actually, in this book, he has suggested that we have theological phase, metaphysical phase, and scientific phase. And we are living in this scientific phase of knowledge and development. We are not going to highlight all those developments, materialistic developments, which we have seen and which see in everyday life, because that is wasting of time on this topic. But really, we are happy internally, socio-psychologically, to see this development. Because when Auguste Comte says the positive philosophy, that is related to that we are going towards perfection of science, where there will be no war, where every man would be equally treated. Can we can feel that really we are internally happy these days? I'm not going to say yes or no. This is the uh, self-reflected questions and answers, and especially for HR department, HR development, human resource management development. And when we talk about this Russia-Ukraine war, which started at 24th of February last year, see what type of awesome development we are talking about. Don't you think this is central on human life, human development? As a teacher of communication, I would like to ask this question on myself, on our generation, that where are you going? Okay. Then the classical theorist, we are talking about scientific management theory, Frederick Winslow Taylor, the principles of scientific management, as you know very well, as a students of management, that they are talking about efficiency, efficient production, skillful human development. Okay, this is nice. But that was the time when we were talking about the relevance, growth, resilience. This is also connected to the present view too, to the contemporary world too, that yes, production is needed, but in which direction? In which direction we want to steer this society? Okay, so I'm questioning this scientific management theory that why don't we think parallelly the human good socio-psychologically? Because we are giving a developmental lag when we think about any developing country or developed country. Developing country we are talking about in India, in African continent, or in Pacific zone, we can find this. So now, when we talk about prismatic society given by Riggs in comparative public administration, we think that we again forget this man, this scholar, this social scientist, that he was talking about cultural relative development. In my paper, we have discussed in a land that we must develop our economy in cultural with cultural point of view. It must be cultural centric. And next one is conspicuous consumption given by Veblen in the theory of leisure class. That was the year of 1899. It was talking about that we people have generated desire. Yes, this was the need of development. Without desire, without need, our economic indicator would be slow, as we witnessed during the phase of pandemic. But don't we think about the balanced development? Really, we must think. So, the theoretically, on the basis of the above mentioned thinkers, we have presented all those views of at least the development of Homo sapiens during the years of at least 3 lakh years ago. We have divided our paper at macro level development and micro level development. When we talk about macro level development, that was materialistic enrichment of human people. And at the same time, when we talk about micro level development, that is conceptual enrichment. When we talk about different sciences, different social sciences, humanities, they have occurred in the mental horizon of humankind to solve the problem of complex society, which we get through ages. But again, there are a there are questions related to why a surge of suicide rates, divorce rates, and unequal education system. We, as a student of management or humanities, we must have this responsibility on our shoulders. Okay, so we are not going to count here the micro level development, that is materialistic enrichment related to agricultural revolution with fire, industrial revolution. Actually, we people are amazed to see four types of revolutions we have given to the globe, to this cosmos. That is related to agricultural revolution with fire, industrial revolution, genetic engineering revolutions, and information technology revolutions. Okay, this is the present phase scenario. But can't we think that parallelly we have given so many problems? Before that, we are going to talk about the micro level development, that is conceptual enhancement. That was materialistic enrichment, where we got divided society given by social scientists. There are six major types of classes in our society that should be addressed by management studies these days. These are the challenges. Okay, so in macro level development, that is the conceptual and enhancement, because we can't measure it with open eye. This is the thing which we can realize. First thing is development of philosophy in quest of metaphysics. This is the development, awesome development. The next one is humanity and social sciences, responding to social complexities. Okay, there are many disciplines, many branches of the science. And after that, inventions responding to natural and man-made challenges. Okay, applied sciences, technical sciences, medical sciences, management studies, even mathematics, and structural changes in socio-political economic system by revolutionary thought. Yes, we have given the thought of democracy, propounded by three pillars of democratic thought, Rousseau, Diderot, and Voltaire. We are living in this age. We have been living in this age for centuries. But isn't this age to question that really we are democratic? Especially the HRM, human resource manager, can feel in organizations that really we are democratic. Our thoughts, yes, there are so many attractive thoughts to allure, to attract, to win the prizes, to win the awards on some platforms of presentations. But really, we are not concerned about this. So, as you think that interrogative marks, which we are talking about at macro level, that was related to, you can also perceive, we all are intelligent people here, see the measurement and problems of human society. So basic thing is that we have given such set of things in the past that is related to inequality of land distribution, bonded labor, made land toxic. हमने भूमि को भी विषाणु युक्त कर दिया, जीने लायक नहीं रखा. Misuse of natural water resources, okay, and food contamination. आपको मैं परसों के एक हिंदी पेपर का रेफरेंस दूं कि we are already aware of the Tata salt company. That company has contaminated. It is sealed for 2 or 3 days back due to contamination and adulteration with in salt making process. Is it human to maximize profit only? Economically, these are the things which we have to take and under consideration as a student of management science. So here, if we are talking about the industrial revolution, see the graph given by Oxfam report, wealth drain from developing to developing one, income inequality remains a major challenge. According to a 2019 Oxfam report, the richest 1% in India holds over 4 times the wealth held by the bottom 70% of the population. What about this? Where the very common connotation these days, that is Bahubali. Okay, 2,000 crore centralized to one Bahubali. What is the scenario? What type of development we are talking about? We intelligent human developed civilized man. Okay, so woods of concrete. This concept was given by T.S. Eliot. Urban agglomerations from town to cities, satellite cities, metropolitan cities, megapolitan cities, etc. And don't we think I'm given a point related to, I'm just discussing, yes, here is a point that is related to anomic division of labors. Ma'am, we are talking about anomic division of labor. Okay, so if we view our education system, there is inequality, and this inequality can be measured at psychological level too. So here, when we talk about deserted village, we get through pull factors of cities. The major challenge is going on the soldiers of the marketing management study, that why don't we think to decentralize our producing system to the rural-based society, where they can also face major problems related to family alienation, gerontological problems. When we talk about gerontological problems, that is related to old age problems. And in India, the problem is that we are governed by actually the centralized system of globalization through the edge. We must think about, if we think about the future society to our sustainability. Isn't true? Yes. जब हम इंग्लैंड की बात करते हैं, वेस्ट सोसाइटी की बात करते हैं, तो वहां कहते हैं कि 17 साल के बाद बच्चे सेल्फ रिलायंट हो. दैट इज गुड, बट that scientific management theory doesn't go with all those societies, dear scholars. This is the problematic aspect because here even 50 वर्ष तक माता पिता अपने 50 वर्ष के संतान के लिए भी केयरफुल रहते हैं. But what happens in real life? जब उनको सहारा की आवश्यकता होती है, we forget. Why? Because this is the globalized system. If we talk about education system, this is very alluring to grab a stage through English language. Have you heard several languages of the world which is at verge of extinct? विडंबना है मानव विकास कि हम उसके बारे में नहीं सोच पा रहे हैं. मैं अभी अगर ऑडियंस का पोल लूं, अगर उनका मैं मत जानूं, तो उन्हें मेरा ये 2-3 हिंदी के सेंटेंसेस बड़े अट्रैक्टिव लग रहे होंगे और उन्हें लगता है. आज एक स्टूडेंट हमसे कहता है कि सर प्लीज मेक मी एफिशिएंट इन इंग्लिश इंटरव्यू. ओके, कम्युनिकेशन मीन्स दे थिंक दैट इट इज ओनली थ्रू इंग्लिश. कैसी विडंबना है, कैसा डेवलपमेंट हम कर रहे हैं. आज फिनलैंड की बात अगर करें हम, दैट इज द मोस्ट हैप्पीएस्ट कंट्री इन द वर्ल्ड. अगर अभी मैम पूजा मैम इंट्रोडक्शन में बोल रही थी, ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट इंडेक्स एसडीआई, एंड एक्चुअली as a social thinker I am also talking about human happiness index. It is already there, and on that basis we are proudly say that Finland is at the top. पता है क्यों? भ्रष्टाचार वहां नहीं है और भ्रष्टाचार यहाँ. और अगर हम एसडीआई की बात करें तो हम 132वें पोजीशन पर है. द इंडियन एसडीआई रिपोर्ट द लास्ट ईयर. ओके, व्हाट इज डेवलपमेंट? आज हम आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव मना रहे हैं. नाइस. नए एजुकेशन सिस्टम, नाइस. डेवलपमेंट के ये सारे तत्व बहुत अच्छे. इट शुड बी देयर, इट शुड बी मेंटेन्ड, but without never asking questions. तो करप्शन दूर कैसे हो? तो हमें ग्लोबलाइज सिस्टम से, मैंने एक इस अपने पेपर में आई गिव टर्म दैट इज कल्चरल स्पेसिफिक डेवलपमेंट मस्ट बी देयर. दयानंद सरस्वती ने कहा था कि वेद की ओर लौटो, और जरूरत है जो ये आज का कॉन्फ्रेंस है वो ये चीख चीख के कह रहा है हमें अपने ट्रेडिशन की ओर लौटा दो. एंड वी द पीपल ऑन दिस स्टेज, ऑन दिस प्लेटफॉर्म, वी मस्ट think about this type of model. So I'm taking much more time because this is very exhaustive. Actually, there is a term, cultural homogenization. This is the major problem. Pooja ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, ma'am. So when we talk about development, don't you think that our development is on the mono track that is related to cultural homogenization? अब कल्चरल होमोजाइजेशन क्या है, इसे मैं हिंदी में प्रेजेंट करना चाहूंगा बिकॉज इट टॉक्स अ लॉट अबाउट specific culture. And agar hum specific culture, first of all, we read. I would like to read it out. This occurred through various means, including globalization, immigration, colonization, and technological advances. Think about China. Think about Finland. They use a Scandinavian language, never based on Anglo-cultural system. वो इंग्लिश नहीं बोलते हमारी तरह. I'm not against the English medium communication. We are against this mindset. We are not against, we are just raising questions because our development model, when we now, this is the responsibility because this conference is going to talk about sustainability. So this is one of the approach that we must break this thing, that cultural harmonization का जो problem है, जो हमें 200-300 साल पहले भारत इसको देखा और वो आज देख रहा है. पता है कि चाइना WTO का मेंबर कब बना? सबसे बाद में. पता है कि चाइना अपने इतने सारे प्रोडक्ट्स डंप कर देते हैं. क्यों? See the social solidarity, mechanical and organic solidarity there. They follow the norm, but they also have its own. We developing country, we generally forget. हम अंधाधुंध फॉलोअर्स हो जाते हैं, इमिटेट करने लगते हैं. जैसे मेरा एक अनपब्लिश्ड पेपर है जो अभी मैं उस पर काम करना बाकी है मेरा, that is related to 24/7 वर्क कल्चर. बहुतों ने पीठ थपथपाया, कुछ ने यह भी कहा कि यह रोजगार देगा, कुछ ने यह कहा कि कंफर्ट है. बहुत भी अच्छी चीजें, बहुत कुछ साइंटिफिक मैनेजमेंट थियरी ने हमें दी और इसलिए आज हम इतने डेवलप्ड हैं. इट शुड बी फॉलोड बट नेवर आस्किंग, विदाउट आस्किंग क्वेश्चन. सो जब हम कल्चरल होमोजेनाइजेशन की बात करते हैं तो हमें एक बात और ध्यान देना है, that is related to which we have given, but that is not in the slide mode actually, but I have a sort of solution. Yes, undoubtedly the concept of development is the synonymous to economic growth and progress. However, this growth-based model has been challenged by environmental degradation, social inequality, and economic instability. As a teacher, you must have observed the students passed through government schools, government institutes, educational institutes. They, even at the level of graduation, they are not able to read out, spell out the front line of newspapers. What is the scenario? Why? I am asking the question of education system. So मेरे इस पेपर में यह भी बात की गई है कि नई शिक्षा नीति के साथ नई शिक्षा व्यवस्था कैसी हो, कहाँ इन्वेस्टमेंट की जरूरत है. ठीक है, तो ये एक्चुअली अपर क्लास, अपर मिडिल क्लास, मिडिल क्लास, इसके आधार पर 6 क्लासेस टाइप्स पर बनाए गए हैं. और मैं I would not like to forget the digital revolution जब हम डेटाबेस की बात करते हैं तो आज हमारी हर आइडेंटिटी सरकार के पास अवेलेबल है, और उसका उदाहरण गैस सब्सिडी है। इस पर गैस सब्सिडी जेन्युइन व्यक्ति को मिल पा रहा है। आज जो एजुकेशनल गैप, वो क्यों नहीं, वो बच्चे क्यों नहीं पढ़ पा रहे हैं न्यूज़पेपर, यह इंटरमीडिएट के बाद सोचा जा रहा है। Dear academicians, we must think, we must ask questions during the phase of primary stages, जहां उनको, मेरा एक कॉन्सेप्ट है और यह आर्टिकल मैं पीएमओ तक भेजा हूं, कि मेरा कॉन्सेप्ट है कि बच्चों को, अब का जो जनरेशन है गुरुकुल पैटर्न में, यह उनके इको एजुकेशन सिस्टम, उनके ही इकोलॉजी में रेजिडेंशियल स्कूल हो, तीसरी कक्षा के बाद से, एंड उसे वर्कलोड कम दिया जाए, एंड उसे कॉमन प्रोजेक्ट देके स्कूल में ही प्रोजेक्ट करवा लिया जाए, उसे स्टफिंग ऑफ माइंड जो है ना टीचर्स द्वारा कम करा के उसे क्रिटिकल बनाया जाए। जो बस 3 दिन पहले, 4 दिन पहले सीबीएसई बोर्ड ने एक सर्कुलर लाया है इस संबंध में, एक परिवर्तन के साथ। तो वो पीपीपी के मार्फत, प्राइवेट पब्लिक पार्टनरशिप के मार्फत एक ऐसा मॉडल तैयार किया जाए जिसके थ्रू एजुकेशन सिस्टम में इन्वेस्टमेंट हो, और हर पंचायत में, न सिर्फ नवोदय, मैं इसे हिंदी में इसलिए बोल रहा हूं बिकॉज सॉल्यूशन टॉक्स अबाउट दिस लिंग्विस्टिक डाइवर्सिटी जो है। पता है, कुछ दिन में मैथिली बोलने वाले लोग कम बच जाएंगे ड्यू टू दिस वन कल्चर सिस्टम ऑफ इंग्लिश। उनमें इनफेरियरिटी लाई जाती है, ठीक है। इसलिए मैं इसे बाइलिंगुअली बोलना पसंद कर रहा हूं, क्योंकि यह हमारी आवश्यकता है। इस पर भी सस्टेनेबिलिटी की जब बात होती है तो हमें माइक्रो लेवल पर इन चैलेंजेस को भी ध्यान में रखना होगा, ठीक है। तो 3 मेजर इशू है इस पेपर में। वह है कि कल्चर, मैं अब कंक्लूड इसलिए करना चाह रहा हूं कि बहुत देर से मैं बोलता जा रहा हूं। एक्चुअली मैं अपने इस पेपर में आप जैसे मैनेजमेंट स्टडीज एंड ह्यूमैनिटीज के लोगों को बताना चाहता हूं कि अब आप कब सोचेंगे, जब ये फौज तैयार हो रही है। उनको पता नहीं था, कल का ऑब्जर्वेशन है, 500 बच्चे बैठे हैं आफ्टर डूइंग इंटरमीडिएट +2, दे डोंट नो कि व्हाट टू डू, और आप उनसे एक लीडर होने की बात कहते हैं अचानक। इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल। अगर ये संभव है तो भ्रष्टाचार दूर नहीं हो सकता, ठीक है। तो मार्केटिंग के लिए एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि उनका एक मॉडल तैयार हो जो इकोलॉजिकल मॉडल हो, जिसमें बहुत सारी चीजें उस पेपर में है जो मैं डिस्कस अभी नहीं कर पा रहा हूं, ठीक है। ओके, आफ्टर दैट HR जो है ना, वह कहीं ना कहीं, और सिर्फ प्रोडक्शन पर, अभी मैं 2 प्रेजेंटेशन सुन रहा था, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के प्रोडक्शन एफिशिएंसी पर ही ज्यादा ध्यान दिया जा रहा है, न कि ह्यूमन जो वहां रिसोर्स है उनसे इंडिविजुअली दे आर नॉट कनेक्टेड। आप इस पर भी सर्वे की आवश्यकता है। दे डोंट वांट टू गेट डेटा related to the psychological state of the human resource workers at the workplace. And कारण क्या है? Suicide rate and divorce rate. कारण क्या है? Shifting over of jobs, switch over of jobs. Okay. So इन चीजों को भी एड्रेस करने की जरूरत है। अगर सैलरी की बात करें, दे are at the equal experience. They devote equal time to the organization. But you can realize this is not the paper winning the award, that you can realize that what is really happening, what is in proverb, what is in real world. There is discrimination of when we talk about packages, when we talk about salaries. So these are the factors which must be addressed. So this is the responsibility of HR studies, human resource management studies, that कि वो सिर्फ प्रोडक्शन की बात करते हैं because they are paid a lot as an HR manager. They must think about this. That कि जो जिस ह्यूमन रिसोर्स के आधार पर आपको ऐसा नहीं लगता है कि दिस इज द इक्वल, वी आर इक्वली at the same verge when we talk about the Homo sapiens in the medieval age or in the postmodern age. उस समय भी लेबर्स के साथ जो लेबर फोर्सेस के साथ जो प्रॉब्लम थी, लगभग समान फोर्स अभी भी है. इट मस्ट बी एड्रेस्ड. It must be, there must be survey related. And when we talk about unorganized sectors problem, तो मैं एज अ लिंग्विस्ट उतना नहीं समझ पाऊंगा, लेकिन एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग तो मैं समझ सकता हूं कि इनके साथ जो दिक्कत है, एक तो वर्क एनवायरनमेंट वैसा नहीं होता है, वर्क वैसा ही लिया जाता है, और एक नया फीवर आ गया है कि यू आर अवेलेबल फॉर 24 आवर्स. इसके लिए हमें सोचने की जरूरत है, रिसर्च की जरूरत है. ठीक है, तो मार्केट के लिए, ह्यूमन रिसोर्स के लिए एंड एजुकेशनिस्ट के लिए भी जो यह एक पेपर इंटीग्रेटेड अप्रोच है. एंड विद दिस आई वुड like to end my this paper presentation. So please don't mind. I again want pardon me अगर मैंने आपको किसी को हर्ट किया हो, लेकिन my paper is like that. The awesome development is there, but there is no question mark. Okay, policies are there, really related to question marks, but it should be at the high level. It should be addressed at various such type of platforms. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, management, ISM management, for giving me such an opportunity to explore my ideas before you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for addressing such an pertinent issue. And yes,